Ladies and gentlemen. This evening we salute the excellence within the RGPF, and first we would like to recognize those who have laid a foundation, who have laid a block for the continued growth of the organization. Those persons would have offered over or just around 400 years of service to the Royal Grenada Police Force and this nation. We would like to salute the retirees. Would you please put your hands together for those persons? We would like to invite the Commissioner of Police, Mr. James Clarkson, to please come forward to make the presentations to the retirees. He served from September 1976 to January of 2009. Inspector of Police, ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together as you recognize Inspector 324 Larry Daniel. The former inspector is not present. We will continue. We'd also like to recognize someone who rose to the rank of inspector, serving from 1976 to 2009, Inspector 342 Dennis Henry. As we continue, ladies and gentlemen, saluting excellence and service. She served from 1971 to June 2009. Would you please recognize former Woman Sergeant Teresa Braveboy? As we continue, recognizing service within the RGPF, service from October 1976 to September 2009, Woman Sergeant 410 Beatrice Walker. There's a saying, once it's nice, you do it twice. This person had 2 tenures within the RGPF, serving from 1974 to 1988, and again later on until 2009. I'd like to recognize former Sergeant 769 John Sandy. Offering service from 1974 to June 2009, Corporal 235 Augustine Charles. We'd also like to recognize a period of service from September 1983 to May 2009, Corporal 242 Henry Thomas. We also like to recognize service from February 1979 to August 2009, former Corporal 461 Valen Antwine. We also like to recognize service from 1976 to November 2009, Corporal 29 Eric Alexis. We'd also like to recognize service from January 1985 to October 2009, former Corporal 408 James Hazard. We also like to recognize service from October 1987 to February 2009, female Rural Constable Lucia Cador. We'd also like to recognize service by a female Rural Constable from the period. My apologies, she's coming forward. Will you please put your hands together? In recognition of service from February 1999 to August 2009, Woman Rural Constable Nelsia Lewis. Recognizing service to the force and the nation from September 2002 to December 2009, Rural Constable Christopher Primus. We also like to recognize the service offered between the period May 1986 and January 2009, Woman Rural Constable Teresa Thomas. She offered her service between the period October 1994 and October 2009. Would you please put your hands together as we recognize Woman Rural Constable Letitia Crosby. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank the Commissioner for his efforts and once again applaud the persons who have offered distinguished service to Royal Grenada Police Force. I would like to invite Deputy Commissioner Raymond Charles to please come forward to make the following presentations. Recognizing the officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force for outstanding service over the past year in the operational area. Presentations to be made by Deputy Commissioner Raymond Charles. We first like to recognize the officers at the Coast Guard. Outstanding service. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for the outstanding officer at our Coast Guard, Constable Sherman Bayam. We now turn to the Immigration Department. For outstanding service, ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for Constable Leroy Dominic of the Immigration Department. Recognizing an outstanding officer within a division for the Central Division, ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together, and as we invite to receive an award for outstanding work, Corporal Gregory Francis, the outstanding officer of the Central Division. We move to the north, the Northern District. Recognizing the efforts of that division, ladies and gentlemen, for outstanding service, quality of work, would you please recognize Woman Constable Giselle Grant, the outstanding officer of the Northern District. It is the intention for this department to respond within seconds, and they have done so with great distinction, assisting the force and the country, keeping Grenada safe. We'd like to recognize the outstanding officer within the Rapid Response Unit, Corporal Kenny Harry. We now move to the Eastern Division, ladies and gentlemen. For outstanding service, we'd like to recognize and invite to receive an award this evening Women's Constable Bernadette Millett, the outstanding officer within the Eastern Division. Continuing to empower the females within the force. Will you please put your hands together again for Woman Constable Bernadette Millett. We recognize the efforts and the work done on the ports. Ladies and gentlemen, the outstanding person receiving the award this evening on the port, Constable Sean Pascal. Always out, always on duty, ladies and gentlemen, always serving. The Special Services Units, outstanding work for the period under consideration. Would you please put your hands together as we award Constable Jonal Perrott. We continue our journey and we travel to the western side of beautiful Grenada for outstanding service within the Western Division. The outstanding officer within that area, that department, that division, would you please put your hands together for Constable James Filbert. Always on call during the first half of every year. There are sometimes sleepless nights, many nights, saving homes and saving houses and property. Ladies and gentlemen, our fire department, outstanding officer, Constable Percy Sylvester. Deputy Raymond Charles, we thank you very much for your services, sir. Thank you. You may now have your seat.